Hi everyone, my name is Aishwarya and today we'll be talking about the circulatory system. The circulatory system, what is it? The circulatory system is the system that contains heart, blood vessels and blood and moves this blood throughout the body. Blood is transported across the body through the blood vessels. These blood vessels are of two types. There are arteries and there are veins. Arteries usually carries oxygenated blood from the heart to the body, while veins carries deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. The only exception comes when it comes to pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. The pulmonary artery from the heart is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood, while the pulmonary vein is the only vein that carries oxygenated blood in our body. So, let's look into the journey of blood inside our body. So, first of all, there are four chambers in our heart, and heart is the pump. So, when deoxygenated blood reaches our heart, it goes into the first chamber, that is right atrium. This right atrium then voids the blood into the right ventricle, second chamber of the heart. And from here, the deoxygenated blood then travels into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. As I said, the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood. And from there, the blood will get oxygenated. This oxygenated blood is then transported back to the heart through the pulmonary vein, the only vein that carries oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood will reach the left atrium of the heart. That is the third chamber. So, from left atrium, the blood will get voided into the left ventricle. That is the fourth chamber. And there it goes. The right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. And from left ventricle, the oxygenated blood will then get carried into the aorta. This aorta is from where the blood is then get dispersed into all of the other parts of the body. This aorta branches into smaller arteries. And then the journey begins. The blood travels through the arteries, and these arteries then get branched into smaller arteries. And these arteries will again get branched into smaller arteries, which is known as arterioles. Large arteries, smaller arteries, arterioles. And then these arterioles will again get branched into capillaries. This capillaries is so thin so that only one cell of a blood can actually travel through the capillaries at a time. It is for the easier absorption of oxygen and nutrients by the body and organs. Once the oxygen is transported to the target, and the deoxygenated blood will return back to the capillaries. This deoxygenated blood will then travel to the venules, small venules, and this deoxygenated blood then travels to the veins, and from these veins to the larger veins, and then ultimately back to where it all started, the right atrium. So this is the cycle of the circulation from right atrium, this deoxygenated blood will then again get voided into right ventricle, then the cycle goes on. The fun fact about heart is the heart actually beats around 1 lakh times every day. That is 100,000 pulsations per day. And in a normal human life, it almost beats around 35 billion times. That's how powerful our heart is. And it is an amazing and beautiful and even intricate system in our body that helps us keep alive. So, to sum it up, our heart has 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and blood is transported from heart to the body through the arteries, and from body to the heart through the veins. And the only exception is in pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, while pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. And that's that. Hope you understood. Thank you so much.